I got Botox for the first time ever, and I'm telling you, my eye drooped so funny now. And if you ever ask Tony Lopez about it, he will like die laughing telling you about it because I had like one lazy eye for a good 2 to 3 months.
Do not use your kids as an excuse to not do something.
For women, like hair is so important and it's my safety blanket. Like you can lose 5 pounds, you can gain 5 pounds, but I've always said like my hair is my safety blanket.
Hello, darlings. Today we're going to play Never Have I Ever. So you're going to find out a little bit more about Aaron and I.
Never have I ever.
Uh-oh, okay.
Okay. I'm not good at these. I stayed in my pajamas all day yesterday. So
Oh, I don't know if I've ever stayed in my pajamas all day. I'm not kidding.
really?
Really?
I
Really?
mean, I literally texted a girlfriend last or Sunday night and I said, I just changed from my pajamas to my pajamas.
I guess if I've been sick, that's the only time I've ever stayed in my PJs all day is if I was down with something. But I'm just a hyper girl. You know that. I'm just a hyper girl and I can't just stay like that all day. So
I think that's going to be your goal. Like one of your challenges for the holiday season is to like put on your Christmas jammies and like snuggle all day long with the Hallmark channel.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I could do
I don't
that.
think you could do it actually.
I call myself a flippity gibbet because I just have to like always sort of be on to the next thing. I don't know. I can't calm down. Maybe it's because I'm drinking hot go all the time.
Maybe.
Hot
Yeah.
energy drink.
We literally all four of us stayed like in the house, did not leave. Well, poor Violet did. She had volleyball practice, but the rest of us like laid on the couch all day long. Like the first time we even said, I cannot remember the last time we have not like gone. I watched The Perfect Couple. Have you watched that?
Yes, loved
Okay, I
it.
like binge watched it. So
Read it,
good.
read it first.
Oh, really?
People liked it a lot better if they didn't read it first because it was very different than the book.
Okay, I
But
didn't even know it was a book.
oh yeah, yeah, really
It was
good.
so good. I did not see it coming.
Well, I think it's really healthy. So I'm not criticizing. I think it's really healthy to have those pajama days, especially with your kids.
Yeah,
Really, because you guys run such a nutty schedule. It's just such a good thing to calm down. My sister Shannon does it every Christmas day. That is their deal, and it's beautiful. So I'm not criticizing it. I just haven't done it.
just can't do it.
Can't do it.
Can't do it.
Oh yes, I've done that.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's like the worst gut feeling when you hit send and then you automatically realize it went to the wrong person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can't exactly remember what mine said, but I had to backpedal from it, and I just owned it
I can't remember.
because mine was a text that kind of was talking about that person, which I try not to do in life, and I really don't type anything that I wouldn't say to someone's face. But it wasn't like a big bad thing. It was just something like, well, she needs to calm down or something to that effect. And it went to a group where she was in there. And it really taught me a powerful lesson, because if I'm not going to say it to that person's face, then don't type it to somebody else, because it really made me feel terrible for a long time. That's a tough lesson to learn.
It is the tough lesson to learn. And I think that Apple caught on to that since now you can unsend messages.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I don't know what's worse. If like I'll look down at my phone and if it says like, please unsent a message, I'm like,
yeah.
What did you unsend?
Yeah, I did that today in one of our groups that we're in, because I was trying to send it to you and name it and say I might be 5 minutes late. And so anyway.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah. So I unsent it.
Yeah, never ever a good feeling when you do something like that.
Never have I ever danced in the kitchen while cooking.
Always.
Gosh, always.
Yeah.
I make Steve dance with me all the time in the kitchen. In fact, I just got a new Alexa, which I think some people are afraid of because they think that they're listening, so that I can yell out, Alexa, play, and I have her play whatever song I want, and then we dance.
We have Alexa and we love it.
Mhm,
And yes, I mean, I don't think I cannot cook dinner or be in the kitchen without music on.
mhm.
So yeah, we're constantly battling in our kitchen over Alexa. So like I'll put on a song or we love yacht rock on Alexa. That should
I
be your
love
next one.
that rock.
Oh,
Mhm.
so and then one of the girls will say, Alexa, play, blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, stop, stop. Yes. We can't answer to this one because we dance every night in the kitchen. Never have I ever binge watched an entire TV series in one weekend. I just did this on Sunday. Actually, I started it on Saturday and I finished it on Sunday. And I will say there was only like 5 episodes, so I felt good about myself. But still, yes, I have. Have you?
I don't know if I've ever watched a whole no, I don't think so. I don't
I know
think
that
so.
until this weekend, my answer would probably be no. But like I was so into this one and it was only I think 5, 6 episodes. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, I've done, multiple, like, in the
Yeah.
winter time when I do my treadmill for a long time, and then I go from my treadmill to my sauna. I've seen multiple that I don't think I've ever binge watched it in one weekend.
Well, usually they're like 20 episodes or
Yeah,
something
yeah, but
crazy.
they have those new short ones now, so that's easier to do.
You know what you and Steve need to watch is the new docu-series called The Starting Five or something like that. He would
Okay.
love it. It's
Oh, really?
all basketball players like LeBron James, but it's the behind the scenes of their families, of everything. It is so good. Like I didn't want it to end.
Oh, good, I'll tell him.
Yeah, really good. I can't remember. I fell in love with the Celtics guy. I should know his name. Jason Tatum. Yes. I mean, how did I forget his name? He is such an amazing human being.
Really?
Yes, like I am a newfound Celtics fan because of him.
Oh, I can't wait to watch. Okay. Never have I ever had a beauty treatment go horribly wrong.
Yes.
What happened? Tell us.
Oh my gosh. It was actually, I know I've told you this story before. It was in Springfield, Missouri, and it was the first time ever I got Botox.
Oh.
And I couldn't no, I can't. I already put away my Halloween. But I got Botox for the first time ever, and I'm telling you, my eye drooped so funny now. And if you ever ask Tony Lopez about it, he will like die laughing telling us about it because I had like one lazy eye for a good 2 to 3 months.
Oh, my can't they undo it?
Not really. I mean, they could, like, there's drops that you can put in that, like, make your eye look bigger, but it's temporary. So, I went to, like, one of the best doctors ever. Again, I don't think Botox is, like, where he makes his money, but, yeah, it was terrible. So now here I am, what, 15 years later, and it's still the woman that I go to, she's like, "I know, I know, I know."
Because 'Cause you're like, "Look at here."
I'm like, "Be careful."
Yeah.
Have you ever had a beauty treatment go wrong?
I really haven't had any major
Good.
problems. I have had friends that have had it, and in fact, you and I had a friend that who had her lip dropped. She was trying to get a lip flip. I'm not gonna say any names. She was trying to get a lip flip and it dropped her lip, and she couldn't she literally had a straight mouth for a long
A
time.
long
And she was the best sport about it. I would have freaked out, but, it was pretty bad.
I mean, I've never laughed so hard because she laughed so hard
Yeah,
and
yeah.
something gone wrong. I mean, like, the thought of that picture that she sent us right now makes me wanna pee my pants.
I know. She was a great sport about it, but it was pretty bad, and I don't think they could fix it for her, and so she had to go around looking like that for
And do you remember we saw her in person,
Yeah.
like, not long after, and every picture we have, she's like this.
Oh, that was the worst I've
Oh
ever
my gosh.
experienced. Yeah, that was bad.
So funny. Yeah, they can go wrong, that's for sure. Never have I ever worn shoulder pads in the 80s. Y'all, I have them on today.
They're back.
They're back.
I love
Barrel
shoulder pads.
pants and shoulder pads.
I don't even need them because I have really broad, big shoulders, but I loved them. I loved shoulder pads.
I still love shoulder pads, and I'll tell you why. Because for somebody like, I don't know, one, I just love shoulder pads, but they make your body, I mean, you already have great, amazing broad shoulders, but for somebody who doesn't, like it makes your illusion of your eyes like go,
Your
woo.
waist, I know.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
That's
know.
why a lot of women build up their shoulders in the gym, because then it makes their waist look smaller.
Mhm. Yeah, no, I love a good shoulder pad
Yeah. Oh,
all
yeah.
day long.
That gets me excited. Never have I ever owned a cassette tape or a Walkman. Oh, yes, I have.
Well, I
That
was
shows our age.
PhD.
But remember those big were they called 8-track, or they were these huge tapes that were literally this big, and you'd put them in your car. And that's what we used to play in our old station wagon when we'd go up to Medicine Lake.
Okay, now you're showing your age.
I know. I don't even know what they are.
I had a cassette tape. I mean, I remember being a teenage girl in my room with the little, I mean, there was nothing special, but like a wooden box so you could keep all your cassette tapes. And
Oh,
then I
yeah.
would keep them all organized and like alphabetized of your cassette tape. I mean, I wish I still had all of those.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh, probably be worth
Pearl
some
Jam.
money.
Never have I ever told my kids we were out of something just because I didn't want to share it.
Hiding cookies.
Yes. I actually, well, I don't do it anymore, but I used to do this with like my favorite protein bars. I kind of do it from Tony sometimes too. But my favorite protein bars, because they would eat them as like candy versus like this was like, a not so cheap, healthy protein bar
Yeah.
that is not candy. So yes, I have been known to hide those. And sometimes like last week, um, because they just think they're delicious. But yes. Have you done this? Please tell me you've done this.
I don't know. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I'm sure I did. I'm sure I did when the kids were home.
Yeah.
I can't remember any specifics about something I hid from them, but I don't know. I kind of feel like they hid stuff from me instead.
Mm. I know my kids do for sure.
I just can't remember anything. I mean, I probably during the holidays would hide my eggnog from everyone so that I could have the eggnog. Everyone
That
goes,
is one thing I do not like is eggnog.
oh, I love it. It's like
Oh,
the worst for you. It's so high calorie and so high sugar, and the kind that I like has liquor in it. But I like to warm it up in a little glass, and
mm.
everyone just goes through it so fast that I like to hoard it for myself.
I started buying, Tony loves it too, the lactose free.
Oh, I haven't tried
Probably
that.
not as good though, but
Yeah. Mine's Evan Williams, and
mm,
it's like a yummy nightcap, and you just don't
mhm.
need that much, but it's so good warmed up. And oh, that's my treat. That's like I can forego Christmas cookies, cakes, all that during the holidays. I don't drink wine or champagne anymore, but I like a little snifter by the Christmas tree of my hot eggnog, and that's just something that I like to. Everyone should indulge in something special, I think,
Yeah.
during the holidays. And that's my
Sounds disgusting, but just kidding.
I know a lot of people don't like it.
I think it's a love-hate thing. I think either you love eggnog or not
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, it's a weird flavor, but um never have I ever regretted a haircut. Oh, yes, I've regretted many haircuts, especially the ones where I cut my bangs.
Mm,
But I am the girl that if you go back in my pictures, you'll see my hair is short and then it's long. It's short, it's long. I change my mind all the time for what I want. I have girlfriends that have had the same hairstyle literally their whole entire life.
mhm.
But I always get to a certain length and I'm like, I don't like it anymore. And then I change it. So yes, I have definitely regretted haircuts. Have you? Your
I
hair is so gorgeous.
Well, you're sweet. I've always had this, I'm sure I have, don't get me wrong, but I've always had this mentality of like, it's just hair. Like, it will grow back. And like you said, like I have this, like we were just talking about earlier, like now that the weather's starting to change, I'm like, okay, I think I want to like go dark or go red or,
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I've gotten many bad haircuts, but I've always had this like, it'll grow back, or as long, I mean, I've never gone drastic of like a short. I mean, I remember not too long ago, I had it to like my chin, but I
Mhm.
loved it.
Yeah.
And then I wanted it long, so
Well, one thing that I regretted is I went to a hairstylist and she made a mistake and she burned my hair.
oh,
And
no, that I would cry.
yeah, and it was December 6th. I remember the date because she tried to do a straightening treatment and color on my blonde, very blonde hair. And it literally dissolved my hair all over the crown of my head to half an inch. So I had long hair in the back. I had like a Joe Dirt mullet right before the holidays. And I'm telling you, the back of my hair, I have pictures because I went to a different hairstylist to help me go through it. It was this long up here and then the bottom. So we cut this all off. I went and bought a wig and I wore a wig for 4 months and I bought a really good wig because it looked like I had shaved the top of my head.
I would die.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but let me tell you, I right after that happened, I ran into a good friend of ours who was going through chemotherapy. And I felt like I ran into her because it was like God telling me to have perspective, you
Yeah.
know? And so I just sort of like, I mean, I really I cried. Don't get me wrong. It was upsetting. But then I immediately was like, look, it's just hair.
Yeah.
It'll grow back. I went and bought that wig. I told my friends so that they would know why I'm wearing a wig. I just said, this is what's happened. And everybody was devastated. But again, that perspective of my girlfriend that had cancer and,
Yeah.
that was really God's smack in the face. Like, hey, Lisa, get over yourself and
Yeah.
keep going. So, but yeah, it was rough. That was probably, and it wasn't a haircut, but it was a hair color. And I
Oof.
regretted going to that woman.
Yeah. Ouch. That hurts. I think for women, like hair is so important.
Mhm.
And it's such for me, like it's my safety blanket. Like you can lose 5 pounds, you can gain 5 pounds, but I've always said like my hair is my safety blanket.
Yeah.
So, and I
Yeah.
would bet like a lot of women would say that.
Well, they do. And you know what was so interesting is I got in a lot of conversations with a lot of women about what happened to me because it was upsetting and people were asking me questions and anyway. And so many people really said that they felt like I was being really strong. Um, but I felt like I was shown why to be strong. It
Mm.
was so crazy. Like the day after it happened, she came to my door bald, okay, with her husband, who was our video audio guy for the house we had just built, and she was just with him because they were going Christmas shopping. And I had never had her at our house before.
Oh
I,
wow.
you know, I knew her husband, Barry, not her as well. He was an amazing woman, teacher, going through chemotherapy, doing very well as of today, just so you know. But, that to me was such a sign, but because of that whole situation, I got into so many conversations with
Mhm.
people about their hair and how they identify with themselves, as far as like it gives them power or not. A lot of women, they
Yeah.
feel they feel confidence or not, depending on how their hair looks that day. And it's an interesting thing. It really is.
Mhm. Total God wink for that to
Mhm.
happen.
It was. It was.
Never have I ever let my kids watch TV so I could take a nap. I'm going to say no to this because I've never been a napper. I don't know why. Sometimes I wish I was, but I'm not a napper. So I would rather go to bed at like 7, 8 o'clock at night than take a nap. And I don't know that I would physically be able to take a nap. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just feel like I'm not a great napper. So I'm going to say never to this one.
Yeah.
How about you?
I when my girls were really, really little, I remember because we weren't so huge on putting them in front of the TV at all back then. But I remember putting them together in front of a movie like 101 Dalmatians or whatever, where I could see them so I could take a shower,
Yeah,
you
for
know. And
sure.
so I would have, because Megan was 4 years older, so I would do that. I would use that movie or TV so that I could get something done and see them and know that they were okay while I was doing that. So I have used that tool, but not probably for a nap. No.
True. I agree.
Never have I ever accidentally liked someone's post while stalking their Instagram. I don't know. I don't really stalk people. I don't have time to stalk people. I don't think I've done that.
I don't think, I mean, I definitely don't stalk people. I'll go look at something and sometimes I'll like it, but I don't know that I accidentally mean to. I mean, I think we both know how much time and effort goes into Instagram or social
Mhm,
media.
mhm,
So I'm kind of the opposite that like if for some reason I go out and seek to look for somebody on social media, I
mhm.
make sure that I like it or something because I feel like, like good for you.
Yeah, yeah. And if there's someone that I don't like that I don't stalk them, I just block
No,
them.
out of sight, out of mind. Like,
You know?
sorry.
Yeah, just no time for that.
Never have I ever talked to my pet as if they could understand me all day long.
That's my life.
I
What a
know.
question.
I mean, I don't know where mine is right now, but we could talk about that.
Oh, like I tell my dog when I'm going to the store, how long I'm gonna be gone, what I'm gonna go shopping for, what time they can expect me home.
This is what happens when you become an empty nester.
Yeah,
Not really though, because I'm not an empty nester.
it's true. I'll even say, "Oh, but don't worry, tonight we're gonna take you with us over to Megan's." Like it's crazy town, sister. Crazy town about that dog. Yeah. Never have I ever flirted my way out of a parking ticket. I tried, but it didn't work. I'm apparently not a very good flirt. I just was telling my kids about this. I one time got caught going like 15 over, and when he came up to my window, I said, "Oh darn, what did you clock me at?" I said, "I right when I saw you, I slammed on my brakes." And he goes, "That's funny, but you're still getting the ticket."
Oh gosh. I don't know. I mean, I for sure do. I would like to think about it as like killing them with kindness,
Mhm.
but yeah, I'm sure I've tried to flirt my way out of parking tickets and
Unzip the top just a little bit more.
another no, there's nothing to see, but like but I might,
I will tell you, Steve Cox has talked his way out of more tickets than any human has ever done in their life.
really? How come that
Oh,
doesn't surprise me?
he just I don't know how he does it. I mean, they just end up giving him a warning, and I don't. It's the craziest thing.
Oh, I believe that. I believe
He's a
that.
pro. Yeah,
Yeah. And then they're having coffee afterwards.
exactly. Well, he
Yeah.
probably knows their cousin,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
just I've seen it
Yeah.
happen. It's incredible.
Never have I ever laughed at a joke I didn't understand. I think we both do this all the time, we?
Every day, I'm a little slow. Sometimes I have to let it sink in a minute.
I feel like I'm the queen of this, of like, or I'm like, I don't get it.
Yeah, that's it. That's an easy one.
That's
Yeah,
an easy one. Life is too short. Laugh at the joke.
that's right. Exactly. Never have I ever lied about being in a relationship to avoid someone hitting on me.
I don't
Well,
remember.
no, I haven't had to lie. I've been in a relationship since I was 17, so I never had to lie.
Yeah,
I've been with Steve since I was so young, so nope, haven't done that.
no. Never have I ever made an excuse to cancel a date last minute. I mean, I don't know about a date, but I'm terrible at making plans with people. And then, like, when it gets closer, I'm like, oh, why did I say? But I don't make excuses. I'm pretty honest now, the older I've gotten, but I'm very upfront with people to say, like, I'm sometimes better of like a fly by the seat of your pants kind of a person. Like, if you want to go grab dinner tonight, sometimes I'm a better yes than like asking me to plan a week in advance.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'm not great at that.
I've never. My dates have been with Steve.
Yeah. I always think more like friends, like we make a date with like another couple
Yeah.
or girlfriends or yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't know that I've ever made an excuse to cancel a date last minute. I mean, I don't think I've made an excuse. I probably just would be like, "Hey, it's not
Yeah.
gonna work out tonight," and just been
Yeah.
more honest than make up an excuse. Like, I really do hate it when people use their kids. Do not use your kids as an excuse to not do something. That has always bugged me my whole entire life. I know people that do that, and sometimes they would say their kids were sick. Okay, that is bad karma. Do not
Yeah.
do that. If you're out there and you do that, that is bad karma. I would never, ever, ever, ever just say you don't want to go or you're not up to it, but don't use your children. That has bugged me.
I have felt that about spouses too. Like we all know, like 95% of us, like we're making the plans. So I always felt like when people are like, well, I don't know, I've got to check with my husband. I'm like, please, like,
Just be honest. Never have I ever kept a gift I didn't like just to avoid hurting someone's feelings. Yes, I have done that.
yeah.
I have definitely kept a gift. And
And
um
gladly.
and
Uh,
gladly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to hurt anyone's feelings.
Yeah.
If they gave you a gift, that's so lovely. No.
Yeah. A gift is a gift.
Happy to do that. Happy
Yeah.
to do that.
I'll happily take your gift.
Happily take it. I might read it. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that. We had so much fun sharing some little secret details about our lives. And let us know if you want us to play these games more often. We enjoy doing it and sharing with you guys.